Well, welcome to our next unit in our Accounting Information Systems course. This week, we're going to start what is going to be a 3-week series on modeling businesses, modeling processes, modeling the organization such that we can then capture it in a database and be able to query that information to make business decisions. The first set of models we want to learn how to create are called activity models. And really the motivation for this is we want to be able to capture what are the processes of an organization? How do we control the flow of information? Where do we capture information? Who are the parties involved in it? And so the activity model really focuses on the business processes. This will carry over into auditing. When you look at processes within an organization, this is a lot of where you're drilling down. This is going to be different than what we start in the next unit, which will be entity relationship diagramming or modeling the structure of the organization's data. This week, we look at processes. The next week, we look at how do we store all the needed data that's used in those processes. The two are related together and are referred to as business process modeling. Business process modeling probably achieved its greatest fame in the book Reengineering the Corporation by Hammer and Champy, which was published back in '73, and looks at how organizations can focus on their processes, remove a lot of inefficiencies, and become much leaner organizations. So when we think about activity diagrams, we're really looking at the workflow of our organization. How does information go through it? In your audit textbook, if you're taking that course currently, they do a lot of the same type of modeling, but they do it with flowcharts, which is an older technology. We're going to use the notation that is developed and supported by the business process modeling. And the business process modeling notation is one of several ways to represent an organization. In our book on page 50, they have a whole list of best practices we'll want to think about as we model our activities and the things that we're doing. One of the real keys to think about, and is a mistake that a lot of modelers make when we're trying to capture what's happening in a business, is understanding the scope of what we're modeling. In the business process notation, we do this with swim lanes within pools. And you could think of your organization as being one pool, and then those that are external to your organization as being another pool. And the importance of scope is we want to be able to define what it is we're looking at, as well as what we're not looking at. So scope becomes an important part of how we model and determining what is it that we want to use and what is it that we don't. We're going to introduce a number of professional tools in this class. The first one is called Lucidchart, and we're going to use that to help create our activity models that we do this week. There's a video I've created that gives a brief overview of how to create one of the charts that appears in our textbook, and I walk you through the exact steps on how I do that. There will be a second video that gives you information on how do you convert it to a PDF or convert it to a JPEG, and how do you upload that. So you'll be able to actually create a model as part of assignments and submit that, and I'll be able to view your model, and it'll all be computer drawn, so it'll be legible. Okay, that is our overview for this week. I look forward to working with you as we start to tackle our first of 3 weeks of modeling. This week is the activity model.